Hey there, it's Nick here, getting you Teducated about using line and texture to capture interesting photographs. Once you have a handle on the basics of photography, such as adjusting the exposure and focusing your camera for a sharp image, you can start to spread your wings a little and add different elements like line and texture to your images for maximum impact. The best part is they appear almost everywhere you look. First, let's discuss what we mean by line. Line is a naturally occurring design element in photography that can be used to your advantage when you compose your images. Line can be anything from the horizon to a row of trees in a landscape image, or even cascading hair in a close-up portrait. Once you're able to identify a line when framing your photographs, you can place it carefully so it directs a viewer's eye to the most important aspect of your image, your main subject. This is a technique that is commonly referred to as leading lines. There are various types of lines to look out for, including vertical and horizontal, diagonal and curved, and even implied lines, which are lines that are not actually present but are simply suggested by the shape of objects in your image. A good example of this is a row of buildings on a city street. While each of these can produce a different feel, your goal is the same: to direct your viewer throughout your composition and encourage them to spend more time taking it in. Remember this: if they pause to reflect, you know you've done a good job. While we gave a few common examples above, it's important to understand that line is everywhere, seeing as every shape and object is made up of lines. Use your imagination and you'll soon be able to use line to produce patterns and create compositions that rival the work of the Dutch masters. Now it's time to find out a little more about texture. Texture, like line, is everywhere you look or aim your camera lens. The trick is identifying it and knowing how to use it to your advantage. Textures are important in photography as they evoke different emotions. For example, the peeling paint of a rundown house brings up a different emotion to the sleek and shiny look of a new car's fresh paint. Once we develop an understanding of how textures work, we can carefully choose what we include in our images to produce a different feel within our work. We can even include numerous different textures to create contrast. While everything you look at has some sort of texture, the trick is both identifying interesting textures and developing the photographic skills to exploit them. Here are a few tips to help you do the latter. Make sure your photo is sharp. Use a tripod and even consider switching to manual focus to make sure the textured object in your image is completely sharp and in focus. Use a moderate aperture. Around f5.6 to f8 should do the trick. This produces edge-to-edge sharpness so the texture of an object can be accurately captured, no matter where it's positioned in your image. Use editing to your advantage. Common and easy to use adjustments such as brightness and contrast can be used to exaggerate certain textures. You can even add sharpness. Just be sure not to overdo it, as this can make your photographs look fake. Now that you have an understanding of line and texture and how these elements can help enhance your photography, get out there and start shooting. We're keen to see what you can come up with. Want to know more? Head to teds.com.au/blog or keep updated by subscribing to TEDS on YouTube or following TEDS on Instagram at @TEDS_cameras for all the latest Teducation. You can also join Club TED to stay updated on the latest news and content, as well as be eligible for all Club TED only offers. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.